Hey, what's up guys? And first of all, if you would like to support me and the channel, my PayPal will be in the description, so thank you all very much. So I'm back. Welcome back to Animaking 2, and here is part 3 of What If Naruto had Magneto's powers, but limitless, guys. Remember to get this one too. 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels if you're new. Yes, that's right, I indeed have 3 more channels, which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. If you want your what if to be done by me as well, just go ahead and comment on the latest video and I'll be posting it as soon as possible, guys. And also don't forget to turn on the bell notification to see when I post, because I do post a hell of a lot. So without further ado or wasting more time, how about we begin this now, guys? So the last time we left off, Mizuki and Toji, they plotted to steal a forbidden scroll. Having gotten in because of Toji, they both found themselves rather surprised though, as Naruto emerged. Naruto was there to see the both of them and their actions, and he was going to put a stop to the both of them, not calling for defense, not calling for backup. Mizuki believed that he bested Naruto by using his Fuma Shuriken, but he wasn't aware just how powerful Naruto was when it came to metals around him. Immediately Naruto was able to ensnare Toji. Mizuki was confused as Naruto got back up, enhancing his blows with a metal from Mizuki's own weapon. Naruto knocked the living crap out of him, showing the gap between their strength. He might be a Chunin, but Naruto was special. He brought the both of them in. The Hokage was surprised by this, as the both of them had planned it so perfectly that news had not even reached yet that the scroll was missing. That was how good they were. Some time passed after that as Naruto was placed on Team 7. Sakura already known him rather well. Naruto took Sasuke on to see just how strong he was. Given the kind of person that Naruto was, saying what was on his mind, he questioned Sasuke about his brother. He also told him that he was rash. He was too cocky as well, as Sasuke attacked him without knowing what he was capable of, even after seeing Naruto best Kiba really easily. From that day forward though, he was going to be his friend and help him. After all, teammates help one another. Sasuke was rather confused by this individual. Sakura was kind of jealous. She couldn't speak to Sasuke so casually, but Naruto could. They met their Jonin sensei Kakashi Hatake. When the day came, we get to see that Naruto was much more than his powers. He was also smart as well, as he used the threat of him controlling the bells to make Kakashi be extra cautious. But in the end, Team 7 did prevail, as Kakashi saw something in this team that he hasn't seen in any other team. So with that, Team 7 was formed. They found themselves going on D-rank missions for a couple of months until they were finally given the go-ahead, as they made their way towards the Land of Wave. Coming across both demon brothers, it was rather simple and easy. Naruto even allowed Sasuke to take one of them down. He took the gauntlet that was made of metal. After all, the spoils of war. Naruto broke it down and placed it down in his pocket. They continue on as they decide to help Tazuna despite the fact that he lied to them. He was grateful for that. So upon arriving, they made their way as they came across none other than Zabuza Momochi. Zabuza and Haku was hiding in the shadows, took Kakashi on. Naruto was able to give Kakashi the go-ahead as he ripped the blade away allowing Kakashi to wound Zabuza badly within the beginning. So badly in fact that his apprentice Haku had to immediately jump in knowing that his master might die. Naruto took on Haku along with Sasuke and they almost took him down. He chose to flee. The both of them realized the problem, the fact that he could control the metal. They decided to work around that. It was some days later as Naruto was at the house sleeping, along with the others, when Zabuza arrived along with Haku as well. Using the threat of blowing up the house, they took Naruto and the others off guard. Sasuke was able to evacuate the people though. As Naruto was knocked away, Haku using the chakra, the overwhelming amount, to surround Naruto with an ice prison, lowering his body temperature and keeping him restrained. The amount of chakra fuel was disturbing Naruto's flow, but they had no idea that Naruto could manipulate iron without chakra. But Haku started to try to use it against him. When he took Sakura down, Naruto was stunned, flabbergasted, shocked beyond anything as he watched Sakura collapse lifelessly. He couldn't believe it. She was gone. She was dead. Within that moment, one of the largest limitations that Naruto had on his abilities, it shattered as the entire island started to tremble violently. The place was being ripped apart. Over the years, metal scattering all over. The metallic feel, similarly to what happened when the woman that Naruto called Granny passed away. It exploded outwards. A violent shockwave that shook everything and everyone. Haku was terrified as he's just awakened a rage. The rage inside of Naruto Uzumaki. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself. So we begin this new episode. In the beginning, they all believed that Naruto power was a simple magnetic release. A known Kekigenkai that was extremely rare. However, they soon start to realize that it was much more than that. When angered, Naruto had displayed the ability to affect the electrical current around him. However, seeing someone that he dubbed as a friend died in front of his eyes, when he could have done something to prevent it, seeing that she was right there and yet the ice dome prevented him from saving her, Naruto lost it. His anger exploded. His rage shattered the limits that were on his abilities. Deep within the recesses of his mind, the nine-tailed fox opened its eyes. A smirk was on the beast's face as it started to send its chakra out. Its sole intention was to corrupt and manipulate the boy. Unfortunately though, before the chakra could truly sink within Naruto's system, the ground started to rise in the mindscape. The nine-tail was confused. A strange metal substance. The ground, it was not earth. Instead, it created some kind of vacuum, absorbing the chakra and not allowing it to truly pull into Naruto's system and control him. The magnetic forces around Naruto seemed to be bending to his own chakra will, not only affecting the outside but the inside as well. The magnetic forces that he could control was already extremely powerful, but the application of chakra made it like a conduit, absorbing the malicious chakra inside of him. Naruto was not doing this, it was just a pure instinct moment. As that chakra fueled his own, the chakra seemed to break down the malicious power of the nine-tailed fox. Due to the magnetic forces, almost like it was purifying it, releasing a strange pulse. A magnetic pulse that was affecting the chakra by ricocheting it off one another inside of that strange vacuum. Adding on to Naruto's already substantial amount of chakra as well. In the outside world though, a true phenomenal event took place. Naruto's rage was growing and growing. Haku stepped back. Terrified, Zabuza and Kakashi came to a stop. Kazuna and his family, who were trying to get away from the area, they stopped as they were almost thrown off the ground. The entire place was shaking. The entire village started to go into panic as Naruto started to dive into one of the main forces of the universe, the electromagnetic force. The Earth had a magnetic field that was generated by its core, so Naruto would be able to alter local or global magnetic lines. He's never done anything like this before, but the limits on his abilities were shattering one after another due to his rage as he dug deep and deep and deep. The entire atmosphere started to become superheated as Naruto was manipulating the electromagnetic energy. The clouds in the sky darkened. The heavens immediately started to cry. Violent winds surged, ripping trees out of the earth. However, it was when the earth truly exploded. Haku was hit in the gut and then the arm. Then he was bombarded by metals. It sent him into the sky, holding him there. He started to scream. Zabuza sped forward, bypassing Kakashi due to his lack of concentration, using his new blade that he believed would not be able to be manipulated. After all, he witnessed Naruto control metal, so metals that are not ferromagnetic could not be manipulated by him. Thus, that is how Zabuza saw it, as he was now wielding a titanium blade. It was heavier, however, it was needed for the job. Speeding through the field, dodging all of the eruption from the ground, his goal was to save Haku. He wouldn't allow his tool to die, and the only way to do that now was to kill him. Kakashi sped forward, shouting out at Naruto, but Zabuza, he felt it. He was sent high into the sky. The metals underneath erupted out of the ground. He tried to jump away, but Naruto solidified the metals together. They proceeded to form an arm, a literal giant hand that grabbed onto his leg and threw him with incredible force. Zabuza was trying to get his bearings in, trying to stop himself, but Naruto proceeded to throw Haku as well. The both of them slammed in together. Naruto raised both of his hands as a violent electrical storm slammed into both. The metal underneath them serving as a perfect conduit. The surging energy sending the both of them flying back down to the ground. Zabuza was an experienced ninja, a powerful one in every single sense of the word, someone that was even giving Kakashi Hatake trouble. However, this ability, this true power of what Naruto was capable of, well, it was something entirely different. Naruto raised both of his hands as the metals split apart into tiny pieces. There was so much of them. He then clenched his fists. They rained on the two of them like a thunderous shower. Sasuke, who was holding the unconscious Sakura, was astonished. He couldn't believe that Naruto had that much power. Their bodies were ripped apart as the metals find every single flesh, crushing down on them until they became a ball. As Naruto did not stop squeezing and squeezing and squeezing as their blood dripped along the metal, he squeezed and squeezed. Naruto! Kakashi's words finally reaching out to him. As this storm was causing great effect to the land, Naruto looked over towards his sensei. His eyes took on a metallic color as he was surging with so much power. Finally, truly looking at the man and not looking beyond him. His rage started to slowly leave him. They were dead. He killed them. They were gone. Naruto stepped forward. The heavens, it seemed to be slowing down. The violent winds. Naruto stepped towards Sakura. Sasuke looking up at him. A shocked look on his face. He dropped down to his knees. Naruto blamed himself. If he was faster, she wouldn't be dead. He hated losing people. He lost the first important person in his life. That was due to old age, but he doesn't really make friends that easily. After all, due to the burden that he carried, people don't like him that easily. So when he made a friend, he held on to it. He knew Sakura before the academy. Reuniting with her made him happy. She was a friend. Sasuke was his friend as well. They were his teammates. They were supposed to protect one another, but he failed to save her. Kakashi, stepping on the scene, his Sharingan still activated. He looked towards both boys and looked down towards Sakura. He noticed something that neither of them did. His eyes were able to pinpoint it. Hold her head this way, he said, showing Sasuke the way to turn her head. Sasuke was confused but complied. Kakashi removed the glove that he was wearing. He reached down slowly. As he saw it, he proceeded to slowly remove the needle from her neck that was pressing on the pressure point. And the other one. Sakura took a deep breath in, her color returning back to normal. Both Naruto and Sasuke were shocked. Time skip. She was back on her feet. However, she was still a bit wobbly. She was surprised though by all the destruction. And she was also confused as well. He thought you died. He got angry. She turned to see Sasuke behind her. Naruto did this? She said. Yeah. He thought he lost you. Sasuke said, observing the scenery. He too was, shocked. The amount of destruction. The earth was mostly ripped apart. Over 50 plus trees were destroyed. Sakura gazed around as she spoke. He told me that he doesn't make friends easily. So when he does, he wants to know that they're always protected. And seeing that we're on a team, I'm sure that is much deeper for him. Sasuke started to think back. Naruto blatantly asked him about his brother. Most people tend to stay away from the subject. Him promising to help him because they were friends. He was serious. Sasuke did not think much of it, but he was serious. The Uchiha thought, looking at all the destruction that was caused within the village. Naruto felt bad. Yes, he did. A few buildings were affected. However, last night Naruto did something that he never did before. And, it was an eye-opening event. At the moment, the people were surprised as Naruto bent the steel together, using said steel to create structures. As he proceeded to have the steel envelop inside of the stone as well, and solidify itself inside. Naruto uses chakra to affect the metals in ways that make it seem like it was liquid, as he used it to strengthen the foundation and properly make sure the house was not falling over. It was a small act. However, he could see the gratefulness in their eyes, the thankfulness through their words as well. These people, they were having a hard time. A very, very difficult one. Kakashi Hatake was there as well. Having seen what Naruto did last night, The copy ninja never expected him to be that powerful. Seems there was much more there than he expected. However, Naruto was surprised as well, which led him to believe that something like that never happened before. Well, he was sure the Hokage would have told him. Naruto turned towards Kakashi, an unreadable look on his face. He was usually someone that said what was on his mind, so Kakashi was simply waiting for that. "Savor my curiosity," said Naruto. "Isn't building a bridge that Gato wants to be gone a stupid idea?" "Well, yes, and also no. That's the reason why we're here, to make sure he does build a bridge. To make sure that Gato cannot tax these people anymore. Those two ninjas that we fought, Zabuza and his apprentice, they were hired by Gato, right?" Kakashi nodded. "So what's stopping him from hiring someone else to simply blow the bridge up after we're gone? It's not like these people have the defense to keep the bridge protected 24/7. Well, there are several factors. Gato is trying to extort them with a tax that he has them pay to go through his route. The bridge will make them avoid paying that tax. If he does destroy it, it would lead to further resistance, which will cause more political fallout to the outside world. To many, he's a businessman, while many are aware that he's dabbling within certain factors in this world that is filled with darkness. He likes to keep his business separate. He also has a lot of enemies as well. He doesn't like when they know where his whereabouts are, so that is a secret to be kept as well. So there are many factors why he might not destroy it. However, as you've seen for yourself, things can be done in private. So that's it," said Naruto. "Fine then, I've made up my mind." "About?" said Kakashi. "I've seen a lot of bullies in my life, and Gato is just another big bully. So I'm gonna make sure that I end that reign of his. I'm gonna kill him," said Naruto. Kakashi could clearly see that Naruto wasn't joking in the slightest, because he was done talking, and Naruto always said what was on his mind, and this was not something that he was ever going to change. Time skip. As the days flew by, Team 7 trained, Kakashi making sure that all the members are ready for the future, as they were still here trying to get the bridge done. Gato, on the other hand, having not seen Zabuza, decided to take drastic measures. Finally, having his boys arrive, there was around 100 plus of them. It was over. Once again, he was going to make a public show, this time with a bridge builder. An execution was in order. He was done wasting his time. These people believed that there was hope. He was about to show them that there was none. At the moment, Naruto was observing the bridge. The rest of Team 7 was also there as well. The people of the wave. They were grateful to Naruto for a small act, showing that these people haven't had something good done to them in a very long while. Kazuna and his people were there, building the bridge. It would be easy for Naruto to simply fix the bridge, mostly cut 70% of their work away. However, he wasn't about to do that. These men, this bridge was giving them hope. All of them, and Naruto saw it. Kakashi saw that Naruto was a very smart child in that way, understanding that they were putting their blood, sweat, and tears in this bridge because he wanted to see a future generation. They want their people to know that they work to set them free. That is why Naruto did not proceed to fix the bridge. Over the days that flew by, Naruto has been studying the magnetic field, using it to try to truly understand his abilities to the next level. And he's accomplished a lot. Yes, creating different techniques in many ways of his collaboration between his chakra and his magnetic control. He felt them. Due to their weapons, he felt them. All of you, get over here immediately, said Naruto. Kakashi Hatake turned towards Naruto. When Naruto pointed as a copy ninja focus. All of you, get back now, he said. Immediately moving back. Fearing the worst coming from the Chunin sensei, something must be wrong. Tazuna made his way. What is it? What's wrong, he said. That is when they heard the cane tapping on the bridge. As Gato arrived, he was really short. However, he wasn't alone. He had an unconscious Tsunami. Well, one of his boys have her. And a tied up Iniri. He was gagged, his hands were bound. Tazuna immediately tried to run forward, but Kakashi stopped him. Brave move, he said. After all, you wouldn't want them to die, he said with a smirk. You Konoha ninjas, I have nothing against you people. I'm not here to see you or even talk to any of you. I'm here to make a deal, he said. Gato did not want to, mess with Konoha. That was a very, very stupid idea and something that he was not going to do. He's learned from years of experience not to go up against the big villages. So how about we put an end to this little debate? And I won't erase your family and then target the rest of them there. I mean, all of you builders have family, don't you? He said with a smirk. Say what you have to say and stop wasting my time, Tazuna said angrily, watching the both of them being handled by those thugs. It's simple. You're going to stop this. And you Konoha ninjas, you're going to go home. Because you're going to cancel this mission. After all, there is no further need. You're happy with the development and happy with the route that you're now taking. Go ahead. Say it, he said. You don't have to say anything, said Naruto. As he stepped forward. Now, don't make a stupid move, you brat. You know, I wonder, is that the reason why you choose to hurt people? Because you're so inadequate. What? Look at you. You're short. Aren't you a grown man, said Naruto. Not to mention you're ugly. I mean, you're pathetic in every single way. One of Gato man snickered at the words. Gato snapped his gaze around, rage in his eyes. I don't know who the hell you are, but I'm gonna make you regret those words, he said. As he started to calm himself down, he couldn't allow this brat to get to him. He clenched his cane. Don't worry, said Naruto, seeing the look in your eyes. You're going to be just fine. Oh? And who told you that? Naruto raised his hand. The swords were thrown into the water. The piece of metal that was nearby wrapped around Iniri and Tsunami and pulled them towards the other side. Taking away Gato leverage immediately, Naruto shot his other hand out as something clamped around Gato's neck. It was a chain, like a collar. Naruto dragged it. Gato dropped face first on the bridge. Naruto yanked him, scraping the side of his face off. They were shocked how fast it happened. Naruto raised his hand as Gato was lifted into the air. He was struggling, his legs dangling. It started to get tighter and tighter. Naruto turned towards Sakura. You might want to look away, he said. There's no reason why he's going to live beyond this point. These people have suffered enough. Sakura had to steel her nerves. Her words surprised Kakashi and even Sasuke as well. Do it, she said. She's seen the suffering within the village. And she knew that this was a part of being a ninja. She had to get used to things like this. Naruto was doing this to save many lives. Because these people were suffering, malnourished, starving. His other punks and thugs started to run forward. However, Naruto did not hesitate. He crushed Gato's throat, the metal squeezing and crushing it. Rage erupted in the guys on the other side. That was their meal ticket. If they can't get it through him anymore, then Naruto raised both of his hands. All of their weapons were taken away from them. Brought in mid-air as Naruto slammed his hands together, crushing them and separating them into small pieces. Naruto created at least 100 plus tiny little blades. He fired 2 that ripped through one of their stomach and tear through another one's arm. One of them slashed through another one's neck. The moment they saw that, they stopped. As they started to back away, who's next? Naruto said. They started to run immediately, jumping back down towards their boats. The problem was, it had metal in it. Naruto ripped it apart, allowing the sea to be the deciding fate if they live or if they died. You did it, Iniri said, looking up towards Naruto. I told you. There is always hope, said Naruto. You just have to find it. Iniri started to cry as Nami started to wake up. Seeing her son, she immediately hugged him, afraid she would never see him again after being knocked in the back of the head. Time skip. Naruto could see it. The people booming. The builders. They were happy. They did this for their people. They did this for their people. They were beyond overjoyed. Naruto became a celebrity overnight. Iniri spread his actions. So did the other builders that were there. Overnight he became a star within the village. With that, Kakashi and his team started to leave the village, saying goodbye. So many people there to wish them a farewell. Hey, what should we name the bridge? Team 7 was gone by then, unaware that the bridge was named the Great Naruto Bridge. Time skip. Team 7 went on several other missions since the Land of Wave. They made their way towards the Land of Waterfall, where Sasuke was able to awaken his Sharingan, facing off against a very powerful foe. Sasuke was feeling much more confident in his strength now that he had the blood right of his clan reflecting back in his eyes. It seems the Land of Wave had changed Sakura. It's a changer for the better. Almost dying can have a great perspective on someone. She wanted to be stronger. That was the main reason why she wanted to see what Naruto was going to do to Gato. And that showed her that she wasn't ready. Naruto had no problem ending Gato. She was sure if it was Sasuke he would not stop either, but she could not go through with something like that, despite what he's done. She was weak, not just physically but mentally as well. Kakashi was surprised as she started to put more effort into training. Sakura possessed a well-balanced chakra. Due to her chakra reserve being low, she was able to control it perfectly, which meant there was no wasted chakra, especially when it comes to her enhancing her strength. Something that she wanted to do. She wanted to be stronger, releasing bursts of chakra in her feet as well to enhance her speed. However, she wasn't the only one. Since awakening the Sharingan, Sasuke kicked his training up another level, learning new techniques. He's become faster, stronger, and due to his constant spar with Naruto, Sasuke's reflex and skills were growing to different heights. 6 months. Team 7 went through a rather hectic training for 6 months. During that time, Naruto was learning more, understanding that he could affect many things. There was different type of metals that he could affect, but there was also some that he could not. Aluminum, copper, gold, silver, titanium, lead. They were non-ferrometic, so they would not respond to magnetic in the usual way, so he had to watch out for those. But in this world, most weapons are made from metal. Yes, considering the fact that he could manipulate iron, nickels, cobalt, and some of their alloys, like steel as well. Naruto had learned how to properly change his shape. He was doing things that he could never do before. The enhancement of chakra made things a lot more easier. But kunais, shurikens, swords, explosive tags with metal triggers, senbons, chains, all of them were things that he could control. Rarely in this world were weapons made from different kinds of the ones that he could not control. However, it was a magnetic feel around everything, as Naruto could feel it in the earth. When he truly focused, he could feel it from the core. When he lost his cool when he thought Sakura died, he felt so much power. And he now understood why. The power originated a bit from the Nine-Tails chakra, imbuing his chakra with more strength, allowing him to get a greater control. He could control it, but it would be much weaker than before. So that also meant he needed better control over his chakra as well, in order to fuel his techniques to put them on a much greater scale. Manipulating the electromagnetic on his own was difficult. Will need a lot of training, but combining the two together accelerated the process immensely. His chakra was a perfect element to start great and drastic changes. However, Naruto was also trying to learn how to manipulate it with only his magnetic release, wanting to make sure that he was covered in every single area. He's also learned that when the weapon is coated more in chakra, as he's tested this theory as well, but he started to go deeper in it due to his greater control. He was able to rip the weapon away from Kakashi. Despite Kakashi infusing his chakra in the metal, it can also be done with receiver metals that were basically used to consume large amount of chakra, but it was much harder. Kakashi told him that there was weapons out there that had its own chakra system. You had powerful weapons, most of them hailing from Kiri, so they were going to be something that he wouldn't be able to manipulate. Zabuza weapon was one of them, but unlike other weapons that might have their own mind or will, not in a very conventional sense, but he knew of one of them though, a man known as Kisame, an S-rank ninja. However, it's best if Naruto did not meet that man anytime soon. After all, he was still at S-rank. However, Zabuza blade was iron down to the very depths of everything. But the material that was iron was also special because it was ingrained with a special type of chakra, allowing it to feast on the iron in your blood to replenish itself. And Naruto now had that at his disposal, as he was using it in many different ways. He could use it against his enemies and had it grow inside of them, literally feast off their blood, because he could use it to expand it and have it become a living parasite, rip them out from the inside. Kakashi and Hiruzen realized they were right. Naruto's ability was nothing of the bloodline that seemed to be non-existent anymore. This was something else entirely. At the moment Naruto was walking down the street, his goal to meet up with Team 7, Kakashi had something big to talk to them about. Naruto turned as he made his way down the alley when he saw there was something happening. "I'll teach you to bump into people. Put me down!" Naruto stepped as he saw the grandson of the third Hokage. "Hey, Naruto!" He looked behind him as he saw Sakura, also heading on her way as well. "What's going on?" she said, seeing there was a few people in the alleyway. "I'm not sure," Naruto said, stepping forward. He met Konohamaru when the child was bursting into the office, intending on defeating his grandfather. He claimed that Naruto tripped him, but, well, he believed that Naruto would be like the others. You know, the others that suck up to him because he was the third Hokage's child. However, he never expected Naruto to hang him from the ceiling by his left foot. Ever since, he's seen Naruto as some kind of magical person within the village, due to the fact that Naruto was the only one that truly did not praise him for doing absolutely nothing. After all, To the others, he was the honorable third grandson. They did not even call him by his name. "Boss!" Konohamaru said as he saw Naruto coming. The other two did not know who Naruto was, but Konohamaru spoke about him a lot. "So that's the one that Konohamaru has been speaking about," Mogi said. "He does look strong," said Udon. "Now you're gonna get it. Boss is gonna kick your ass." "What did you do?" said Naruto. "What? It's him. I was running. We were doing something," he said. "And this guy wanted to beat me up for no reason." Naruto looked towards the two other ones. "Is that you?" he questioned. "Yeah. Konohamaru accidentally bumped into him, and now he wants to beat him up." "They're sand ninjas," Sakura said, as Naruto noticed their headband. Temari sighed. This is just getting so much worse. When she noticed Naruto looking at her. You're really cute." Sakura eye twitched. "This is no time to be flirting," she said. "I'm merely stating the obvious." "Hey, would you put him down?" said Naruto. "Stay out of this, unless you want to be taught a..." Kankuro did not get to finish. He slammed into the wall. It was like an unseen force had thrown him. He was confused. Konohamaru was now being held by Naruto with one hand, as Naruto set him down. "Alright, run along," said Naruto. "You..." Kankuro got to his feet. "I don't know how you did that, but you're gonna pay," he said, reaching behind him. "You idiot. Don't," Temari said. He was hit on the hand by a stone. He glared upward to see Sasuke Uchiha. "You shouldn't be going around in other people's villages causing trouble," he said, crushing the stone. "After all, you might get hurt." "Are all the guys in Konoha this cute?" Temari said, looking at the two cute ones that she met so far. That one said what was on his mind. He's not even shy about it, she thought. Back in her village, almost 90% of the guys, maybe even more than that, were shy to approach her, due to the fact that Gaara was her brother. Naruto was looking up, but he wasn't looking at Sasuke. Someone else was there. Swallowing thickly was Kankuro as he saw the person. Gaara, using a sand sunshine to reach down towards the ground. "Are you causing trouble?" he said. His voice deep and dark. Sakura felt creeped out by just being near to this guy. No, it's not. Shut up." He looked towards the others. "I apologize for them," he said. "We'll be on our way now." That is when he saw Naruto's eyes. He had seen Sasuke. There was an interest there, but there was something about this one. "Who are you?" he said. "I'm Naruto Uzumaki. Who are you? Why do you want to know who I am?" "I'm Gaara. Gaara of the desert." "You interest me, Naruto Uzumaki. Tell me, are you going to be in the Chunin exams?" Strangely enough, both Naruto and Gaara possess a similar way of speaking. Gaara's tone was much more dry and bland, but they said what they were thinking without hesitation, as their mannerisms seemed to be the same in that way. "I think so. I think that is the reason why we're heading to meet our sensei now." "Why? Do you want to fight me?" said Naruto. "Is that why I interest you?" "It is not often that people interest me." "You should be honored," Gaara said, a little smile creeping on his face. "Damn it, I know that look," Temari said. Naruto stepped forward as he stopped in front of Gaara, looking right at him. "Well, you should know, I'm pretty strong. So fighting me, you might get hurt." "Well, you're not the only strong one," Gaara said. "I look forward to the exams. Seems they're not going to be a waste of time after all," Gaara said with a smirk on his face, looking rather dark. "That guy gave me the creeps," Sakura said as they made their way off. "He's powerful, alright," said Naruto. "I didn't even notice him," Sasuke thought to himself. Meanwhile, Kankuro was still trying to figure out what the hell pulled him or threw him. It absolutely made no sense. Time skip. Naruto was right. Kakashi signed them up for the exams. Team 7 made their way, only to arrive in a bit of a, problem. Rock Lee. First he confessed his love to Sakura, and then he fought Sasuke. You see, Sasuke was used to fighting someone that was fast. Not exactly Naruto's speed, but his control. Sasuke spent the last 6 months dodging Naruto's various metal attacks. So when Lee came at him, even Lee was surprised. Lee believed that he was much faster, but when Sasuke countered his blow and delivered a vicious one that sent him to the ground, Lee started putting more effort. Their clash started to grow more intense. Naruto was planning on stopping it after all. This was a team effort. Having Sasuke tired out would do them no good. But it was stopped by Might Guy, a man that claimed to be even stronger than Kakashi. Their next real test was a written exam. Naruto was smart, but this was impossible. They were to cheat, so that was easy. Naruto had an idea as he noticed that there were 6 people in the room. 6 that did not write anything, but their paper was already completed. After noticing that they had to cheat, it seems like they could cheat off of them. But it was simple. They should not get caught. Naruto looked up towards the ceiling fan that was there. He increased the velocity, the sound causing everyone to look up. Naruto swapped papers with a guy 2 rows ahead of him. Using a small piece of metal, it tear right into the side and tear into his as well. His that he yet to write his name on. Naruto proceeded to erase the name and start to write his name in. Everything was already written and filled out. When the Chunin looked back down, he was surprised, his gaze snapping around. Who did that? But it was already done. After which, Team 7 ventured out. They found themselves taking on a new challenge, the Forest of Death. Even from here, Naruto could feel the metal inside of it. He could map out almost the entire place. This place was used for training, so there was a lot. So much. Over the few weeks after returning back from the Land of Wave, further testing was done on Naruto. After he had shown another step in his evolution, Hiruzen knew that he was right on the decision that he made to give Naruto the true insight of who he was. After all, Naruto did not trust him in the beginning, but now he opened up without a hesitation. As Team 7 ventured inside, Naruto was the one that took the scroll. They made their way. Naruto came up with something to make sure that he would know who they were, as he gave them all a piece of metal that they stored away. He also had one as well. Simply asked for this identification just in case they were separated. With that, Team 7 started to go deeper and deeper. Naruto sends 4 teams. Due to their metal, the closest one, they should go after them first. With that, Team 7 made their way, only to arrive to see that they fallen into a trap, as they were spotted. But soon after, one ninja turned into 5 and then 5 turned into 10. They started to attack. At first they believed them to be clones, but Sakura had to block a kunai. Naruto wouldn't allow it to truly hit her, but he had to see. He was right. None of these were real. Naruto ripped them out of the ground. The breathers around their face, the metal inside of it, they were all stunned as they found themselves in mid-air. He brought them back down, all 3 of them knocked out at once. Searching their goods, Sasuke smirked. It seems we're in luck, he said. However, the moment he said that, someone was behind him. This caught even Naruto off guard. This speed, used to dealing with someone like Kakashi, but this was on another level entirely. Well, it seems like it's your special day, the grass Kunoichi said as she threw her arm Sasuke jumped away. Team 7 was now surrounding this strange ninja. Wait, Naruto said as he saw Sasuke raising his hand. This wasn't any ordinary foe. Seems like I've identified the smart one. I hoped it was you, but it seems I'm wrong, she said. The feeling coming from this kunoichi. As she took a step forward, Sakura collapsed down to the ground. Sasuke dropped to one knee. Naruto was barely standing. It was the bloodlust, the overwhelming bloodlust. Each member witnessing themselves dying. As she simply gazed towards them, her smirk filled with a lot of enjoyment, until she noticed Naruto rising back up. Seems you aren't just the smart one, she said. But, stupid, raising against... She wasn't able to finish though. Years of reflex kicked in as she moved away, but it was still deep enough. A kunai erupted from the ground so fast and split the left side of her face open, tearing to the top. Her literal skin fell off, and there wasn't blood underneath. She was a guy. Orochimaru of the Chunin. Naruto gazed into those eyes, the bloodlust trying to overwhelm him. He's seen that face before. He was one of the legendary Chunins. Now he understood. But why? Why would he be here? This man was taught by the Hokage himself. He was also an enemy to Konoha. He learned this while he was being trained. The Hokage was very receptive in many different ways in trying to gain Naruto's trust. He spoke a bit about his own past, but not a lot, but enough to make Naruto knew exactly who this was. When Sakura saw him, her whole body trembled even more. She read about this guy within the academy. She was petrified where she stood. Orochimaru looked at all of them with interest. Who did that? He said, demanding answers. None of them threw it, but it moved so fast. Fast enough for him to barely dodge it. Naruto proceeded to drop on the ground. Orochimaru thought that the bloodlust was overwhelming, but that was not it. Naruto was feeling it all in the ground. The Chunin felt the rumble and jump. However, despite him jumping, they burst from the trees. Naruto allowed the metal to go into the trees themselves. Orochimaru underestimated that jump, believing that he would get away. His left side was torn open by the amount of shrapnels. They ripped into his chest and his back, tearing through his legs. The Chunin mouth opened wide as another Orochimaru jumped through, its lower half being a snake as he slipped away, running. The Chunin was humiliated. A child forced him to shed his skin. A child that, no, he refused to accept that. His anger raged inside of him. Humiliated wasn't even a word to describe what he was feeling right now. He was a Chunin. He was the strongest. He was Orochimaru. He called this one magnetic sun drop. Orochimaru snapped his gaze upwards as he saw metal rods raining down towards him. As Naruto condensed the metal into a superheated spear and dropped them from the sky, they ripped through everything. Orochimaru twists and turns and twists, twisting his body in inhuman ways as he bent himself up to evade the attacks. The metal plus the superheated fire, the impact was ridiculous. But it wasn't done yet as Naruto allowed them to explode outwards. The Chunin was not able to block all of them. A few ripped into him. They were so small. Orochimaru was pissed. His legs reformed as he stopped running. He thrust his hand out as many snakes leaped from his sleeve and rushed towards Naruto, who was standing on a branch. The snakes overwhelmed Naruto and bit into him as he collapsed on the ground. Orochimaru smirked to himself as he stepped forward. when suddenly, the snake's body started to erupt in metal spikes. It was a clone, a metallic clone. He looked upwards. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Sasuke launched a fireball down. Orochimaru saw that it was a clear distraction as he saw the girl throwing the kunais towards him. Stupid child. He thought to himself. Once again underestimated the children. While a kunai might be a tool for a shinobi, in Naruto's hands, it was a bullet ready to be fired. The kunais accelerated at a tremendous speed. The Sannin, he noticed the first one. But what he did not notice was the other 10 that Sakura threw in random directions. And they exploded. Using the Sunshin technique, the Sannin looked towards his burned sleeve. How was children doing him like this? This shouldn't be remotely possible, he thought to himself. He immediately calmed himself down. He was getting angry. And that was not making anything good. He looked around as he pinpointed all 3 of them. That young boy. He has the ability to control metal. That is what it seems. Disguised as a shinobi. He had weapons on him. So why didn't the boy control those? Perhaps he can only control metal that he can release. He did rest both of his hands on the ground. Perhaps he sent it underneath the ground just like the Sanjin Juliki. After all, it would be obvious if he was able to do it. He would have been able to send them underground. And he would have been able to use the ones that he had at his disposal within the flap jacket of the ninja that he was wearing. Orochimaru then collapsed down to the ground. What is this? He started to puke up blood in his hand, confused and disheveled. I don't know why you're here, or what is your goal, but you're not going to achieve it today, said Naruto. You're just going to die. The Sannin was confused as he felt something moving inside of him. He spat out more blood. Naruto clenched his fist, but Orochimaru jumped out of his own mouth, shedding his skin. You see, the shrapnels that had pierced Orochimaru, it was the pieces from Zabuza blade. Slowly. That is why Team 7 had came in, allowing Naruto the time that he needed. It was slowly corrupting him from the inside like a virus, absorbing his blood, gaining more strength, growing and growing. When it finally reached, Naruto was about to rip Orochimaru apart from the inside, but the Sannin once again jumped out of his own skin. His fist cracked into Naruto's face. Blood flew from Naruto's mouth as he was launched. Slamming through one of the trees, Naruto crashed into another one. He lay there in pain. He was sure that his jaw was broken. Sakura came in throwing kunais despite her fear. Orochimaru deflected all of them. Sasuke landed throwing blows with the Sannin, but Orochimaru was knocking away all of Sasuke's punches and kicks. He kicked Sasuke off the tree, allowing Sasuke to flip and land down below, holding on to his arm. The Uchiha straightened himself up, standing in front of Naruto, who was still down. Naruto techniques were fast, and also surprising, they caught the Sannin off guard. However, physical-wise, speed-wise, Orochimaru was a different kind of monster. Naruto wanted the Sannin to believe that he couldn't control all metal. This would be his last result. Naruto pulled the kunais and shuriken from Orochimaru's chest through his back. The Sannin dropped down to his knees. Naruto slowly picked himself up. His back was throbbing. His face was bleeding. He looked down towards the Sannin who was lying there, until he started to chuckle. Orochimaru rose back to his feet. He moved his organs. He moved everything out of the way. He knew he was waiting for the final straw to happen, to see if the boy could truly manipulate all kind of metal. Truly impressive, Orochimaru said. I never thought I would come across two wonderful gifts today, he said with a smile on his face. In an instant, he was now behind Naruto. This man was faster than him. Far faster than him. And now he knew what Naruto could do. He was prepared. He wasn't your average ninja after all. Sasuke felt something wrapped around his waist. So did Sakura. Naruto yanked all three of them at once, Orochimaru failing to grab Naruto. Naruto then yanked all three of them in the sky, showing great control as they bypassed the trees, flying straight upwards. The Chunin cursed as he leaped into the trees. He leaped upwards. However, Naruto released the chain. The Chunin sped through hand signs so fast and released a powerful heat from his throat, melting said metal. He shot his hand out, using snakes to push past the burned metal as he reached to grab Naruto. Naruto felt it in that moment. The connection was still there with the burned metal that was now liquefied, super liquefied, almost like magma itself. Naruto pulled them in, Orochimaru's arm extending to grab him. They locked around his arm like a visor and burned clean through it. The Chunin winced in pain as Naruto covered his leg with pure metal and sunk it in his face, launching him back towards the ground. He pulled himself along with Team 7 through the sky, running along with them. Orochimaru flipped as he landed on the ground. They were in mid-air. The boy was causing a lot of attention. Orochimaru looked forward as he saw a massive wave of pure metal coming towards him, and he smiled. A distance away, Naruto watched, knowing that that did not grab the Chunin, but it did provided enough backup so that he wouldn't be able to reach them. He's not following us, Sakura said, looking down. We got away. She finally released that breath that she's been holding on to. Sasuke was stunned. The difference between a Chunin and a Jonin were so much. He knew that Kakashi was strong, but that monster. Naruto was quiet, thinking about the battle that just took place. There was a lot of monster in this world. So much. If it was a normal person, they would have been dead. But he just kept on shedding his own skin. He just kept on shedding his own skin. His speed was ridiculous. He was faster than Naruto manipulating metal. And Naruto did this easily and quickly, and yet the Chunin was faster. And he now understood his ability. However, that did not bring Naruto down as much as people would think. Instead, it was pushing him to get stronger. If there was monsters out there, he will simply have to become a monster that even monsters fear. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want to see next part, know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off now. See you guys soon. Peace, guys.